Good afternoon, everybody. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here. Now, I am working today on a design team project for Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, just using some of her kits. And I'm doing a pink and lacy journal. So I don't think I showed you this journal cover, but I did tell you about it when I made the little ones last weekend out of my fabric scraps, lace scraps. This was the very first one that I made. I made this one first, and then I put that big applique on it. But this is made out of all my scraps. I'm pretty sure I didn't show you it, and that's when I thought, oh, they'd be lovely as little tiny ones. So yeah, this was the original one, and all I've done is backed it onto, oops, that's upside down, let's do it that way. I backed it onto one of my covered envelopes that I had already sitting here, just stitched it on. So yeah, and I did say I was going to show you how to do that, and I will show you how to do it very soon. Just keep running out of times, but that's the cover I'm going to use, and I'm just going to put a one signature, so about 13 pages I think, and an envelope in the middle. Just to make a real pretty journal. I've also pulled out one of my brooches here that I got from because I'm thinking that kind of mirrors this lovely here, doesn't it? And I'm thinking it needs something here. Shall I put another applique on it? But then I thought about this. Yeah, I think that will be lovely in there. Just fastened in when we're done. It'll weight it a little bit as well. Not that it'll need it when I squash it down. But this is about Tina's kits. So what have I got here? So I have got pinks. I think they're called Pink's background page. I haven't looked for the listings yet, but I will put the link to the kits in my description. So this is Pink's background. That's what they've called it as I've sent it to me. When I say they, I mean Tina and her sister. Beautiful. For those of you that love the florals and the ladies, shabby chic, I suppose, isn't it? I have cut all the edges off because I've printed it on white because these colours come out best on white, and because it's back to back, I can't print it borderless. So I've cut all the borders off, the white borders on. All right, so there was 8 there, wasn't there? There is a lot more in that one. I just pulled 8 out, and then clocks. This is a huge kit, or lots of pages in it, and I've pulled 4 of these out to go with those 8. Yeah, I've got 4, so that's 8 sides, isn't it? I've got 2 here, so that's 4 sides. Gorgeous. And the colours, I think go in with the greens and the roses, and that one's quite pinky, isn't it? I do like the clocks. And then on the back, a little bit darker one, but it will fit in fine with those. So those are my kit pages from Tina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 24, individual pages. And then I've just brought some of my pages out of stash. So one of those vellum ones I made a long time ago, using up some fabric paper scraps. I see bits of Tina's pieces in there actually. So yeah, I thought that would be nice in there. I don't know, I'll fold them and put them in and see if I like them or not. So one of my pink, what is that? It's a stencil, but I think it was just gesso I put through it, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so it might go, it might not, it might be too grungy. I like to use some book pages, as you know. This is out of the embroidery book, English Garden Embroidery. I thought that one particularly, I mean, the green's fine, isn't it? But I thought that one went lovely with all these rich coloured papers. And then a page out of my new lace book. Lovely, it's got the collar. And then I've got a avocado dyed lined paper. Oh, this is one of Tina's coffee dyed digitals, just the same both sides. And this is a coffee dyed page from Violet. Okay, so it's quite a lot there. So yeah, which ones I'll go in and which won't, I don't know. So I'm going to fold, I think. I'll fold the kit pages first. I've done it on nice thick paper. There's only one there. Yeah, it's thick. Feels like there's more than one page. So I can hang pockets and things on them for journal cards. I have the dark one on the outside, yeah. I I've also got some of Tina's journal cards here. I maybe should have shown you those first. So these are Perfume bottle journal cards. Now, I accidentally printed them wrong, so that one's fine. And then I didn't mean to print on the back because of journal cards, but not only are they printed on the back, but they're printed upside down on the back. So you can see there are a lot of them again in the kit. I've done it with both of them. There's more. I've just pulled out the ones I want. So I wanted that page, I think, and that page, yeah. So I've got some pinkish and some dark ones, and what I'm going to do is just collage straight on the back of them and then cut them out, and we'll do that when we've sewn the signature in. And then this, I believe, is shoes journal cards, and again there's lots of them. I've just printed one. I think I must have done them all together. Looks, I've done the same thing, but I do just want 4 of them, because there's only one bright coloured and the others are... That looks to me like my ink has run out of print. My printer's run out of ink, I don't know. It does, doesn't it? The top ones are fine. I might just use the top 2 on there. That's definitely the kind of... Yeah, definitely looks like printer run out of ink there. And then these, which are... Got it written down because I can't remember. Victorian children photos. Again, this is another one from Tina. I'm thinking now I probably should have printed this one on the cream coloured paper, but once I get the white edges off and backed, I think they'll look different. Couture posh hairdo. I don't like crying children. The sad crying ones I don't like, but the others are nice. No, not my thing. But these, I mean, she looks a little bit sad, but she's not crying. Mischievous. So yeah. And again, I don't think I've pulled them all out, but so there will be journal cards, pockets and things. These will be pockets. I'm going to do the same, back them onto some scrap and make pockets with them. I've also brought some pockets and tags out of my stash, so I just want to get the journal made up really, because you know, when the pages are all done, feel like this, it's and I've got a cover ready to go. It shouldn't take too long to get the journal made, and then I can start filling it. So I think this will be a two session go. So we'll make the journal today. That's not cut very straight, is it? That I might have to trim some of these up. So I did them on the big cutter, and let's have a look how many are not very square. The top of that one's not. That one definitely wasn't. No, that one's not. Probably none of them. Let's just do them all, shall we? For the sake of going through them all again. Right, I've got you fairly close, so I'll have to be careful not to bash you. So sorry about this. I thought I had them all ready, but like I say, I did them on the bigger cutter, and it doesn't cut as neat as this one either. But I seem to have an issue cutting straight on both of them, so I guess I'm the common denominator there. So the chances are it's me, you know, user error rather than tool error. But it's easily sorted. I mean, depending on the journal, it doesn't always matter anyway. I've bent that one in. Being so rough. You know, if you've got grungy edged pages and what have you, but this one's going to be a little neater and shabby chicer. I say a little just to give myself a bit of a get out of jail free card because you know, me and neat, we're not all that well acquainted. I mean, I can be. I get lost in the fun of making. And can't be bothered to be slow and precise, and it's got to be fun. It's the reason I do it. It's the only reason I do it. It's for pleasure. So I know somebody who bought one of my journals last month said something about the cost, and I said, well, I don't, nothing derogatory about the cost. We were talking about the cost of journals, and I said, I don't make anything at all on my journals, and I don't if you think about the stuff that I've used on the postage. I've had to put them up a little bit this year. You've probably not noticed yet because we're new in, but I can't do them as cheap as I did last year because I was running at quite a loss. I can't keep doing that because it's Neil footing the bill, bless him. He's going to work and I'm blowing the money. So where was I? I've gone right off on a tangent, chattering away there, haven't I? Well, what a morning we've had, let me tell you. We've had like I mean, we're in the middle of a storm. I can't remember, is it Isha or something like that? Anyway, we've had a mini cyclone run through our garden in the middle of the night. We both, was woken up by it and heard it rattling everything. And it didn't last long. It was only a few, couple of minutes, I think, maximum. But it, made an awful noise. Wind howling. The windows seemed to be rattling. It was, you could hear rain really banging on the windows and everything. I could hear the greenhouse glass rattling. Anyway, we both fell back asleep as soon as it ended because it came and went pretty quick, and it was literally the middle of the night. It must have been because we were dead asleep. And we got up this morning too. The garden covered in glass, and the one of the really big windows in the greenhouse shattered everywhere. And I mean everywhere. It took it all over the path and the garden and inside the greenhouse and outside the greenhouse. Just one on the corner, but it's like it's a good 5 foot, I would think, piece of glass. So you can imagine Neil had to ring work and say he would be late because it literally covered the path from one side to the other. And we have some like ornamental stones. I didn't like them, I wanted them changing anyway, but like, what do they call them? I don't know. A bit like shale anyway, pea gravel but bigger, something like that. Not all that pretty, but you see them in a lot of gardens in the UK. And that was, absolutely covered in. One pane of glass went a long way. So of course, with the cat, it was just too dangerous to leave it all. So we didn't want him injured. So we were out with spades and brushes, and we shoveled the gravel up and put it into rubble sacks, and we got the glass from the path and the glass from inside the greenhouse. It was still dark-ish. It was 7 o'clock and the sunrise was 8 o'clock, allegedly. I mean, it was light enough to see, but it was quite an awakening. So now the cat is most annoyed. He's sat in the greenhouse in his bed. I mean, I had to throw all the bedding out of his bed and put a fresh blanket in his bed, hunkered down because there's, a gale blowing through it, with like grumpy cat face on, which I can't blame him. I would feel exactly the same if it was my house. Yep, they're all going to fit, so I don't need to change any size. So let's put them into some kind of order. So let's put the planes and book pages. What will we call you? I don't know. And others. And then the kit pages. I want to separate these up a little bit as well. Let's put all the pinks together and the clocks together so I can separate them completely. Right, I'm just deciding which one I'd like as my front page. Decisions. I think I'll have this one. Yep, I'll have that one. So then I'm going to go with a plain book page. A clock, I think. Oh no, I don't have many clocks, but it's got the greens, you see. How do I want the pinky green? Yeah, that one. And then I'm going to go with a pink in there. I'm going to try that. What do we think to that? No, I don't like it. I know these are grungy, but I think I need some more. I'm going to spray that with some more bits of shiny. Okay, so pink one, and then that one. No, that one. Oh, that's pretty. So I don't want the clock in there. I'll have that, I think, in there. Embroidery. Oh, lace, not embroidery. I don't know why I said embroidery. Might have clock there, yeah. And that one. Pretty. Oh, they've worked out quite well, actually. I usually have to move it around quite a lot. I'm quite impressed. I like that in there because you can see through it, and then I'm going to put that in the middle. That way, I think, that pink envelope. Oh, it went together really, really well. And you can see I have got all different size pages, so that's good. I might end up with some lace on this as well. I don't know. We'll see when it's decorated. So, what I haven't done is crease the middle of this. So I think I probably should, because it's just one signature. It doesn't need a... is gusset what I mean? Yeah, gusset is what I mean. Oh, it's lovely. Love it with all that behind it. I need some clips. Didn't think about that, did I? Didn't get anything out ready, particularly apart from the papers. Sorry for the noise. There's one. And there's another. I do love it when you just get lots of pretty pages and a lacy cover and just put them together and they just do their thing. You don't have to work hard. Well, not hard. I don't work hard at it, but do you know what I mean? Your brain doesn't have to. Your brain can just go with the flow, which is pretty good today because, yeah, that's what we need. Right, am I the right way up? We do seem to be. Yes. Should have checked that before I clipped it in, but yeah, we're the right way up, and that is where the front that I want on the it's book page behind it. I've left it so you can see bits of it, look, in there. And again, I can sew buttons and things on it if I want to, so I don't know. I'll see what it's like when I've finished. But what do I want on the outside here? I think I'm going to sew it with this, like I did those little ones, just because, you know, it's pretty, and if I don't want to, I don't have to cover it up with lace because it's pretty on its own. You made a mess of that, Denise. So let's get out the sewing in kit. There we go. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get this sewn today, and then a couple of pages of the journal cards collaged on. I know you like to watch a collage, and I love to do it. And I've been meaning to use a lot of these little bits of collaging for the last couple of weeks, and I've never got to it. Excuse my elbow there, making a rather rude noise on the table. It was my elbow. Oops. Yeah, so Neil, bless him's gone to work, but he'll have the greenhouse and the glass and what have you on his mind. I have had a little look online for replacing greenhouse glass. The clips have all disappeared as well, and clips, and yeah, it does seem to be, well, not cheap, but you know, there's plenty of it about. It's easy to get hold of. But I have seen, because ours is glass, they do they call it polycarbonate for greenhouses? I mean, I like the glass because I like to see through it, and the cat likes to see through it. But I'm thinking for an odd piece, like this corner that we're replacing, I can't see any reason why we can't just put a nice big piece of the polycarbonate in it. It'd be much easier to, you know, order a big piece and Neil can cut that to size, whereas cutting glass to size or going and ordering some the right size. What do I want? This is a bigger job, isn't it? All right. I was going to look for a book to put it in, but I think I'm just gonna trust to look and go for it. I need to go through a long way to make the hole plenty big enough. Yeah, it's fighting me. Something tough in there. It's probably that collaged vellum. That's it, we're through. One through. That's a quarter of the way. So I'm gonna, oops, I moved the envelope now. That wasn't clever, was it? Try and get it through the top of the envelope, if you see what I mean, on the bottom, so that it's secured. Right, let me follow that through as it comes out. Yep, 9 times out of 10 that works for me. Okay. So the hardest bit now is going to be coming back through there, especially as I move the envelope. So I might have to do it page by page, but yeah, the key to it was putting the awl a long way down, because it gets, you know, thicker. As you can see, it's tapered, it gets a lot thicker at the bottom. So if you need your holes to be a good size or to stay open, you know, go further down your awl. I mean, it does split your paper bigger, but you can always yeah, I'm gonna have to go through a bit at a time, I think. You can always get it back through this. This is the main one, to get it through the fabric. Well, I'm pushing, but I can't see where you're coming out. I have got a blunt needle, but I'm safest with a blunt one. I must have a lot. Oh yeah, you're in the right spot. I must have a lot of like thickness on the. Right, let's see if I can get right through here. I can. I'll hold up the envelope because I moved it, and yeah, got a little bit of a bigger hole than I intended in it, but yeah, tape it up. Is that what I said? You can tape any bigger. Let's just get it through here first, because I'm fighting myself. I hope I was on camera so you can see. And then just see that little tear there, a bit bigger than I wanted it. It is nice thick paper though, so right, let's see if I've gone through anywhere. I think I might have, you know, gone through my wire. I don't think I have. Let's see. I have, look there. Can you see where it's connected? I'll just separate it. You probably can't see what's going on because there's more ends than. Take that off. So yeah, look, I've just sewn through the thread, so I'm just pulling it back through itself so that it's now free, running free. Right, I don't have to pull it too tight and cause any more tears, but just do that slack for now. Let's make sure these are nice and tight. That's it. It's gone very thin, that now. Must have stretched it out. Let's tie it in a bow. Oops. I never get a bow first go, do I? Come through. That's it. Yeah, it's nice. It's strong but thin thread, that, actually, so that's a good choice. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, that was quite thick to get through, I think. Start at the front. That's the way to do it. Yeah, you can see where I've made slightly bigger holes in the paper, but it needed to be. They'll settle down. You could always put a blob of glue on them if they bother you, or you know, tape or some washi across your pages. If any of them start to look like they're going to be an issue, I will do that while I'm filling them. Love that page. Love that pink onto there. And then onto that. Lovely. For those of you that love the bright colours like I do. Pretty. Yeah, nice. So that, how do you feel a bit loose? Because you are a little bit. Yes, you are. Okay. What are you going to undo for me? That's the question. Let's see. Now, when you're using wax thread, this is easy to do. Well, I think it's going to play the game. Yep, it's coming undone. Don't know how I managed that, but I regularly do. I test it, feel it's tight enough, and then, well, not fairly regularly. Occasional, no. It happens sometimes. Oh, I'm a bit indecisive today, aren't I? Right, so it's you. Where do you come from? I think it's because I'm trying to be careful not to tear the paper. Oh, gosh. It's really tight as well. Thank you. Well, I've never had string break on me before. Now, I wonder if that is because I stitched through it. Yeah. Right, I think I ought to... I should have clipped it together before I undid it. I think I ought to use something stronger. Whoops. Bear with me. I'm not going to take this out because, yeah, they may or may not be in the right place. Because I want you to see what happens. These things happen. Oh, what a shame, because I really liked that. But yeah, I've got some white. Must have been here on purpose. Waxed thread. I mean, the little ones that I've done with that will be fine because they are only little, but yeah, I suppose it is string. I must have weakened it going through it with the needle and then undoing it again. What did I do with the needle? So that's eating into my time. But that's what happens sometimes. Right, so let's see how much lined up we are. No, not very, so I'll have to realign it all. I've got the holes, that's the thing now, so I'm not making more holes. So I need to go through all the pages in the right place, and then the same holes are used. And the integrity of the... I think I can see that one anyway. Yeah. It's because it's through lace there. Straight. I'll just force it through. That's the beauty of lace and fabric. The holes do close up again. Yeah, I think I'll have to do the same again, won't I? Just to make sure I get it exactly. Right, can I see the hole there anywhere? Yeah, right on it. Oh, good. That's twice I've said everything's going well. I really shouldn't. Yeah, because these holes are quite big, so the paper, holes in the paper. So we're going through no problem. I hope this is cheering some of you up, if in as much as, or making you feel better about yourselves, because it happens to us all. It's not just you that's not very good at what you do. Trust me. Oh, you come through, you little devil. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm full of sayings this morning, I feel. Okay, so far so good on this run. So back through. All I've got to do is get it through the middle again, and we're back where we started. Well, I'm pleased it broke now on me, and you know, not when somebody owned it. If that ever happened, you can return it to me. I would re-sew it for you, but you really don't want it to when you've got all your journaling and what have you in, do you? Right, come on, we're through, behave. Don't you come out again. Okay, we've just got to get back through the middle now, and we should all be lined up because we've got all that back in, so. I think I had to do this separate last time, didn't I? Yeah, I can feel that's not in the same spot. I need you back through the same hole. Yep, and there we go. That is it. Or maybe one thread. That's it. One thread to the side. Okay. And we're straight through. Yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of tape on that envelope now because I have to give it a little bit of extra tearing. I've torn it a bit more than previously. So let me just make sure we're free, running free. Yes, we are. Yeah, there, I'll put a piece there, I think. Okay, let me just do one knot and see how tight I am. Now this one again is not as tight as that one, so let's pull it tighter. The thing is, I don't want to pull it too tight because that also, you know, cuts your paper. It's getting a happy medium. Right, I've got 3 quite strong knots in there, and yeah, you are steady. I think I'll leave that hanging down. It'll probably have beads or something on it. Right, I'll do this while I remember. You won't even know it's there in 10 minutes time. So it's just like surgical tape, micropore tape, whatever you call it. But you could use washi, you could put a piece of fabric, anything. And if I need it anywhere else, I will do that as I'm filling it, not filming it. That's it. Okay. Here's hoping we've got. I was going to say that's upside down. Oh, I thought I'd sewn it in upside down. I didn't have my pretty bit at the front then, but I have. So let's see what we've got now. Admiring it too much, wasn't I, till I got into the middle. I think it's fine, but I just want to make sure. Better to be safe, I think. That's it. I have pulled it quite tight this time, so you know they do. You can see the strings. I've pulled them so tight, but it's not going anywhere. It's not moving. I still love it. I'm still in love with it. Lovely pages. Gosh, I haven't been as long as I thought I had, considering what happened. Yeah, it's going to be lovely to fill, isn't it? So I thought I'd put some pockets and things on some of the, you know, full-on pages, because I want it to be able to be journaled on. You know, you can journal on here, but I'll probably put a pocket on here because that's lovely for journaling on, and so is that. So yeah, but not loads of pockets, and I don't want to cover all the beautiful pages, but you know, a collaged page like that's crying out for a pocket, isn't it? Maybe the embroidery ones, maybe not, we'll see. Okay, I'm happy with all the pages that I've got in there. I love the colours and the way they're laid out. It will, the more I fill it and use it, you know, become more, what's the word, bedded in, I guess. I am just going to tie it with a big piece of lace. I think this one, a big, maybe some net or something like that. Yeah, with that on there. So it's very white and cream and pretty, and they're very pink and colourful inside. Right, so let's put that to one side and let it just settle for a minute. And I'm just going to collage on some of these. So I think I like those young ladies, girlies, so because I want to do a full page. So, ooh. And I said the top half of those, didn't I? I don't want to collage more. And those 2 bottles, which ones? That one, because I like the blues and greens on it. I might just do the bottom 2 of those, and I won't want any more than that in this one journal. Journal card wise. So I'm going to do these ones first, and then I might put a whole sheet on the back of the ladies, young ladies, because I think I'll run out of time. Right, let's get a glue book and some glue, and just have a bit of a relax, shall we, after all that stress. Okay, so this is the side. I mean, that's lovely in blue, isn't it? Are you sure that's the side you want? Yeah, because it's got the greens on it, so I've got like a bluey, bright blue, a bluey green. Yeah, I want that side. One side's got to be covered because it's upside down. Okay, so this is just I've just pulled that one in. That's from Tina's teacups kit. But these are all my bits that I've had you know, little bits waiting for collage for a long time. So let's just use them. Right, you don't need to see all the glue book, do you? Move that out there. You need to see me collaging. Okay, and I'm not inking the back of this because it's not a grungy kind of journal. Journal. Missed the edge there, Denise. So I know I don't have to go to the very edge because it's got the white border both sides. That's why I left it. So yeah, lovely, calming. Take a little breath now. And I've had a hectic morning in the garden. Now I've had a hectic 2 minutes having to re-sew me journal. Yeah, Denise, I didn't use my glue page very well then. I will try and do better next time. So what were you guys up to? I'm sure, let's just go in the middle with that and cover it over. You've had, listen to me, some of you, about my little mini cyclone, not cyclone, one cyclone, well, I don't know, tornado, cyclone, and then we didn't see it, so we don't know for sure, but it was definitely something. But I'm sure compared to what a lot of you guys in the US, in places in the US, deal with, you probably think I'm a wuss, but we're just not used to it, these things. Did I get a cloth here? I'm going to be sticky. So let's have a nice thin piece down there because it needs something. I said I was going to do better on my sheet and I'm not sure I have. But I'm not going to stress about it. It's just an old book that's no use to anyone. So I'm not hurting anything. Using lots of it up. And it'll be recycled into something. Probably more paper. Right, Denise, don't be fussy. Just grab what's there and put it down. Otherwise, we will never get anywhere. Right, where shall I glue? Glue at the top. And come this way. Fun when you know, I've got no choices where I can cut it. I've got to cut it in where the journal cards are. So yeah, it'll be fun to see what bits of the collage show themselves. I want it. The only thing I do want is for it to, you know, be right honourable. I think you can on that just about. Anything more fussy, it would be too much. So I think that's all the news I've got to tell you. Neil's gone to work now and he's got 4 days ahead of him. So this is his long stint. His shifts are changing on the 1st of March, so I won't know where, not that I know where I am now, but I'll have no clue again. I do know at the minute that he has 5 days off every now and then, which he's not going to anymore. But I don't think he's going to work 4 days in a row either, so like I say, I'll have no clue. I'm very sticky already. It didn't take much, did it? I'm not being picky, I'm just choosing bits that can be journaled on. The minute I get to a piece that's journalable, I'm using it. Oops. There we go up there. You know, I didn't, if I was being picky, I wouldn't have straight edges like that. I'd be tearing them and making them not straight, but I'm going with that one. I'm trying to be not picky. I've got another piece of that here. Let's use that first. Oops. Turned it over on itself. That's it. Ooh. I must admit, we're lucky it wasn't raining when we went out. I had to pick all the glass up, and it has made me ready for, or start thinking about when it's nice and we can get out in the garden again. Because, yeah, once it was all done, it was nice to feel like, you know, I'd had some fresh air and we'd achieved something. I'm just looking for some of these bits. I'll just take that fancy off. It's my coffee dyed paper. 2 nice sides, but I've got to choose one. So yeah, starting to think about spring now. We have been talking about growing some tomatoes. I've got a hankering to can my own tomatoes. Well, jar them. They call it canning, don't they? It's a way of preserving, but not in a can. Where did you come from? In a jar. You know, tomato sauce for cooking with and what have you. Pizza sauce, that kind of thing. Oh, that's nice. All right, over there. Where should we put you? Down there. Oh. So yeah, all the time we were not really using, Neil's used the greenhouse a little bit, but not really using it for growing. And I've decided we're still not keeping it forever. it's still only short-ish term, I should say. But yeah, now we've decided we're going to grow things in it this spring. We had to have a broken glass. Sod's law. Just want a piece across there. No. It might be a bit that needs to go in the bin, but not right now. And I've got lots of bits under here. It's a nice piece. Yeah. I'm just on that flower on show now. Becoming picky. That's one nearly done. So yeah, there was something else I said I wanted to grow as well. I can't remember now. I said to him some tomatoes and something else. Oh, some peppers. I mean, he's grown before. He used to have a greenhouse at a previous property, and the garden. The garden was huge, and he had a vegetable plot, and he's grown everything you imagine. In fact, at one point he had an allotment as well. But when he got cancer, it's a lot of years ago now, my family, bless them, came and laid it to lawn, because obviously neither myself nor Neil could look after it, so they came and turfed it for us, which was a godsend. And yeah, that was the end of his growing things until we moved in here, and the gentleman that lived here before us was a grower. There was no lawn or anything. Oh, I have still got a bit there, look. So I put this on it, seeing as it's threw itself at me. It's a little label. And yeah, we couldn't afford to have it turfed when we first moved in, and we didn't have the time to seed it. When I say we, I mean Neil, the royal we. So he planted some spuds in it. So that was nice. Do these little ones. So that's the side I want. I'm just thinking some of them I could just... I won't on this one. I don't really want those frilly bits. I could just do a full backing page, but I would like to get rid of some money bits, so I won't do that. Okay, so let's have it. This is the top, that's the bottom. Yeah, just because, you know, if I put music paper or something on, I quite like it the right way. I think this might be too big and I've glued it all, which would just be me exactly. Oh, it's not. It's not. That was lucky. How am I doing for time? Oh, nearly out. We'll get this one done, I think, and then, you know, it will just be more of the same for me with the doing this. And then next Friday we'll cut them up and put them in the... That's a nice strip. In the journal, and it'll be done. Have a nice journal fill-in session. We haven't done that for ages, have we? Oops, I'd like to have let it dry and cut it up with you, but I don't think I'm going to have the time. This one's curling, the other one did it? No. Go there. Okay, it's a very creamy plain one, this one. Got some different colour. Oh, I've got to have that on it. Needs using up and it's beautiful. It's a bit crispy, so it needs to be collaged. It's no use for anything else. Super. Just a little bit of, not big enough, that's a shame. Yep, you are. Oh, pretty on that side. Get off, mate. Yeah, becoming picky now. Look, I'm taking the edge off. It's just got an edge on it, a border. Is that what I meant to border? Didn't even need that much. Look how sticky I am. Eek. Right, what time is it? Might have time just to do one more. Would you like to see one more? Yeah, that can be nice. Yeah, let's. I'll work quicker when I'm, or I will work quicker. Do you remember which ones I wanted? They're both very pink. These are one pink and one, that one I think. Okay, so that's the top, that's the bottom. And let's do some little bits on here. Go back through what we've had. No, let's not. Right, you can, let's get some bits out. Yeah, you can. Let's have rid of that little bit of pink because it's beautiful and I'll never be able to throw it out. Oh, what are we saying? There's some fun bits in here. Right, probably got enough air, have we? Put this big one in the middle, do it slightly differently this time. And then work out around it. Oh, it seems like ages since I've collaged. It really does. So I will get all the those pretty young ladies backed and the ephemera that I'm going to use for these. I'm going to use these as some like pockets or tuck pockets. Made a right mess of that page. This is book page, it's quite thick, but it'll be nice. On here, it's been coffee dyed. Whew. A piece of this lovely grid, coffee dyed grid paper. I'm going to leave the holes in it because it's got the pretty pink behind it, so that'll be fine. Actually, my legs are starting to ache, so yeah, probably we'll have to have a bit of a rest today after all that this morning, because do I want to go square like that? Why not? I'm just going to use loads of paper as well. Yeah, bending down and sweeping up and scooping up. I mean, I did nothing compared to Neil, but I did work hard for me. I did the inside of the greenhouse while Neil did the outside, and you know, held the rubble sack and things for him. So you're a bit boring after all the other stuff we've had. We don't really want boring. We've got a piece of that down. Oh yes, let's have you. You're nice. I'm going to just, because it's too big, I might as well have a shaped end as a square one. So yeah, it'll probably be a rest. Let's have it this way actually. A shaped end. I'll go over that hole just back. I've got a hole here now. Can put this pink down. So it didn't stay. I didn't want it too square. Glue down. That's it. I don't know why I didn't want it square. Nothing wrong with lots of squares stuck together, but I just didn't. On the back of the teacups, nothing. I don't need a very big piece. You might be it. That way would be more interesting. Oh, pretty that side. Yes. Yeah, that only took me a few minutes, didn't it? I haven't got time to do the rest though. It's taking so long to upload videos. You probably noticed there was a day missing. It was a whole day just uploading a video, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying desperately to get ahead so we don't suffer with that again. Okay, so where's the, here it is. It's just been one of those days today, hasn't it? So we've got this lovely journal. That's what we're going to look like, or something like that, with these beautiful pink and gorgeous colourful pages. Pink envelope in the middle and these lovely vellum. So I might put up one of those young ladies. I've got the edge of the tape dirty there and it's showing. I'll get it off in a minute. One of those young ladies would be nice in there with that over, wouldn't it? Not that one, but we'll have something pretty on this flap. But yeah, one of those lovely, these on here. Yeah, showing through there is lovely. Okie dokie, I hope you've enjoyed, I don't know, listening to my waffle, watching me collage. I'm sure you've enjoyed looking at that. Oh, I've got a bit missing down there. That beautiful lace cover, because I know that's what a lot of you love. Me too. And yeah, I will see you all. Oh, it's Saturday. Next video will be a book page, wouldn't it? Using a book page. So I'll see you then. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.